What's up, everyone? Welcome into the world of science. I'm your science teacher, Sir Joven Batoriano. At nandito po tayo ngayon para magsagawa ng isang test review para sa mga upcoming Term 1 examinations. Yon. I'll show you some questions para makapag-review tayo. Save this video for later kung gusto nyong i-rewatch tong review natin. Also, kindly share na lang sa ating mga fellow grade 8 students para madami din sila sa ating pag-aaral. Ngayon, yung ating Science 8 Term 1 ay Part 1. This consists of 25 questions. Ayan. For our content standards, for the entire Term 1, ito yung mga kinover nila. And with the unpacked competencies or learning competencies. So, let's now proceed to our first question. What substance is formed when food that has been partially digested in the stomach becomes a thick fluid-like mixture? Letter A, salivary enzyme. B, digestive hormone. C, chewed food before swallowing. Or D, partially digested stomach contents. Ano daw yung tawag doon sa sabi doon, what substance is formed? Ayan, na nasa stomach, partially digested. So our answer is letter D. Ayan. Partially digested stomach contents. So chyme is a semi-liquid or semi-fluid mixture produced when food is mechanically and chemically processed in the stomach. Kung naalala natin, yung pathway of food sa ating digestive tract, 'di ba? Yung ingestion, ito yung pagpasok ng pagkain sa ating bibig or mouth. So the food goes along with the esophagus pagkatapos niyang manguya ng ating ngipin at mabasa ng saliva. This will become bolus. Tapos bababa siya sa ating stomach to become chyme. Ito na yung kaninang sinasabi natin. And the last destination of our food is going to the intestines para maging anus or undigested stock food sa ating bituka. Ilalabas siya ng ating katawan eventually. Our next question is, after nutrients are absorbed from the small intestine, which body system helps distribute these nutrients throughout the body? Ayan. Ano daw yung organ system na nag-distribute ng nutrients throughout the body? A, nervous system. B, circulatory. C, respiratory. Letter D, endocrine. Di ba? Pag nervous, sa utak, nerve cells. Pag circulatory, dugo, blood, and heart. Yung respiratory naman, saan naman siya sa paghinga or respiration and breathing. And letter D, endocrine system is about glands, yung hormones. So our answer is letter B, circulatory system. Why? Because sabi dito, once nutrients enter the bloodstream, the circulatory system transports them to cells throughout the body. Ayan. Ang function ng circulatory system ay i-transport yung mga materials throughout the body. It carries nutrients absorbed from the digestive system to the cells. Okay. Number 3. A person produces very little digestive enzyme. May problema siya sa digestive enzyme. Which part of the digestion would be directly affected? Ano daw yung maapektuhan? Letter A, movement of food through the intestines. B, passage of nutrients into the blood. C, breakdown of food molecules using enzymes. D, physical crushing of food by the teeth. Yung enzyme yung problem. So, kung letter A ang sagot natin, kasi nakalagay intestines. Wala namang enzyme sa part na yan. Passage of nutrients into the blood. So, ang sagot natin ay letter C, of course. Breakdown of food molecules using enzymes. Enzymes help chemically break large food molecules into smaller molecules that the body can absorb. Ayan. Let's now proceed to question number 4. Which structure belongs to the vascular system of a plant? Okay, sa halaman na tayo, no? Parang week 2 ito ng term 1. A, stoma. Letter B, phloem. C, chloroplast. D, guard cell. Vascular system, ito yung parang kumbaga sa tao, ito yung ugat, mga blood vessels. So the correct answer is letter B. Phloem is a vascular tissue that transports sugars and other organic nutrients throughout the plant. Ayan, ito yung ating plant transport system. Meron kasing dalawang klase. We have the xylem and phloem. So, ang pinagkaiba, ang xylem, one-way, at ang phloem man ay two-way flow. Then, also, yung nutrients and materials pala na dumadaan sa magkaibang transport system, yung sa xylem, water and minerals. Ayan. It has also no end walls between cells and stiffened with lignin. Ayan. On the other hand, we have the phloem. It's a two-way flow once again. Ayan. Ang dumadaan dito ay water and food. And end walls with perforations. Ayan. So, next is number 5. Ito. A plant has healthy roots. Bubulol pa ako. But the sugars produced in its leaves are not reaching its growing regions. May problema yung halaman. Which tissue is most likely affected? Ayan, ano yung naapektuhan? Letter A, xylem. B, phloem. C, root hairs. D, guard cells. Sabi dyan, but the sugars produced in its leaves are not reaching its growing regions. Okay, ano nga ulit 'yon? Ano ulit yung transport system na dinadaanan ng sugar or ng food, 'di ba? It should be letter B, phloem. Phloem transport sugars produced by photosynthesis from leaves to other parts of the plant. Ayan, yung photosynthesis, ito yung process kung saan yung halaman ay gumagawa ng kanyang sariling pagkain by means of sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide. Okay. Number 6. Which classification level contains the greatest number of organisms and is placed above kingdom? Nalala nyo yung taxonomy or taxonomical classification system. Merong 7. Pero ano daw yung mas mataas sa kingdom? A. Class. B. Phylum. C. Domain. Or letter D. Family. Okay. The correct answer is letter Yes, it's letter C or domain. Domain is the broadest and the most inclusive level in the commonly used modern classification hierarchy. Di ba may tatlong klase ng domains? Eukarya, prokarya, and bacteria. Yan. So here is our eukarya domain, followed by kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, and species. Ay, wait lang. Domain Eukarya, domain Archaea, and domain Prokarya pala. Ayan. I stand corrected. Ayan. So this is the taxonomical classification of Homo sapiens or humans, modern humans. Number 7, a scientist wants to determine how likely it is that a particular genetic combination will appear in offspring. What concept is being used? A. Probability. B. Phenotype. C. Karyotype. Or D. Punnett square. Ayan. Gusto daw malaman ng scientist yung combination na lalabas dun sa offspring. Ano daw yung concept? So, the answer is pwedeng letter A at D ang sagot dito, no? Pwedeng Punnett square, eh. Pero kasi yung letter A medyo confusing din siya. Parang pwede rin siya. So, the answer should be letter A, probability. Kasi concept ang tinatanong. Probability describes the likelihood that a particular genetic outcome will occur. A Punnett square is a tool. Okay, yun. Malinaw na yun. Pag sinabi mo kasi yung Punnett square, it's a tool. It's a diagram used in genetics to predict and show the possible combinations of alleles para makuha natin yung probabilities. Okay, yun yung pagkakaiba ng dalawa. So, we have here an example on the screen. Capital R and small r as our alleles or a said trait. Next question. Number 8. What role do chromosomes play in heredity? Yan, yung chromosomes, di ba, nasa loob siya ng cell. Letter A. They carry hereditary information. B. They cause organisms to adapt immediately. C. They determine the mutation rate directly. D. They function as digestive enzymes. Ano sagot nyo dito? Okay? Ano daw yung ginagawa ng chromosomes? What roles do chromosomes play? So the answer is letter A. They carry hereditary information. Chromosomes contain DNA, which carries genes responsible for inherited characteristics. So as we recall, our cell has DNA and yung chromosomes. Yung chromosomes ay makikita sa nucleus ng isang cell. At ang mga DNA ay makikita sa chromosomes na nasa loob ng nucleus. And this DNA contains genes, different sets of genes. Number 9. A purple flowered pea plant with genotype capital P is crossed with a white flower plant having a genotype small p. If purple is dominant, what should you expect among the offspring? Dominant daw yung capital P or yung ang dominant color ng flower is purple. Letter A, all white. B, half purple and half white. C, 3/4 purple. Or letter D, all purple. Ayan. So, gagamit tayo ng Punnett square dito, no? Para malaman natin yung sagot. So, what's the answer? The answer is letter D. It's all purple. Every offspring receives capital P from the capital P parent o yung tinatawag natin homozygous purple parent and small p from the homozygous white parent producing a heterozygous purple. Since capital P is dominant, all offspring have purple flowers. So, ganito yung nangyari. Di ba? Meron tayong capital P na purple, white, small p. Purple capital P is the dominant trait. And yung ating white is the recessive one. So, let's have the parents first. Capital P or homozygous purple. Tapos, nag-cross siya doon sa homozygous din, pero white. Okay? Let's draw a Punnett square here. So, ano siya? 2x2 na box or grid. Yan. Let's put the symbols of male and female. Pero okay lang naman magkapalit yung dalawang yan. As well, the letters as well. Pwedeng yung capital P nasa taas. Pwede naman. So, let's use the Punnett square. Ganito lang kasimple. We'll just write capital P here and the small p together in the first grid. Ayan, so we have capital P, small p, or heterozygous purple. Ayan, we will do the same do sa mga susunod na boxes. Ito, ganyan. Dito nyo ilalagay sa second box. So, same lang pala, no? Ayan. So, here as well. And the last one. Ayan. So, what's the outcome of the cross? Ayan. For our first filial generation or F1 generation, we have 4 heterozygous purple flowers. And for our genotype, same, 4 heterozygous purple. And our phenotype is 4 purple. Bakit purple? Kasi yung first letter is capital letter. We are following the first law of inheritance ni Gregor Mendel, the law of dominance. Kapag nagsulat ka ng letter, kailangan laging capital letter, if necessary. So, for the percentage, 100% purple. Okay? So, let's now proceed to number 10. A researcher examines the inheritance of flower color and seed shape simultaneously. Pinagsabay niya yung pag-examine sa flower color and seed shape. Magkaibang klaseng traits yon. What type of genetic cross would be appropriate? A. Monohybrid cross. B. Dihybrid cross. C. Test cross. D. Pedigree analysis. Okay. So, our answer should be, so dalawang traits ang tinatanong dun sa number 10 question. The answer is letter B, dihybrid. Pag sinabi nyo kasing di, it means two. Sabi dyan, no, the dihybrid cross examines the inheritance of 2 different traits at the same time. Pwede pala yon. This follows the second law of Mendel. Ayan. Third law. Independent assortment. Oh, third law pala. I apologize. So, here's our dihybrid cross diagram. Ayan. We have Y and R. So, ayan yung naging outcome ng ating dihybrid cross. Medyo marami siya. 16 or 4x4 grid. And we have a result phenotype 9:3:3:1. Okay. Number 11. An animal has a backbone, begins life in water, undergoes metamorphosis, yung pagbabago, and develops the ability to live on land. So, pwede siya sa tubig, pwede siya sa lupa. Which vertebrate group best fits these characteristics? Letter A, reptiles. B, mammals. C, amphibians. Or D, birds. So, the correct answer is Letter C, amphibians. O yung mga yung mga palaka, di ba? Amphibians commonly have aquatic early life stages and undergo metamorphosis before becoming adults that can live on land. Ayan. So, ang example natin yung life cycle ng frog. Amphibians commonly have aquatic early stages and undergo metamorphosis. Nagbabago yung kanilang before becoming adults that can live on land. So, yung early stages nila sa tubig sila. Tapos, unti-unti nagkaroon sila ng mga body parts, paa. Then, magiging na sila, land animal. Pero pwede rin naman sila sa tubig. Kaya nga sila amphibian. Pwede sila sa land and water. Number 12. A student examines a plant cell and wants to locate the organelle responsible for capturing light energy for photosynthesis. Medyo mahirap itong task ng student. Kailangan niya daw hanapin yung lugar kung saan merong nagka-capture ng light energy. Which structure should the student look for? Ano daw part ng plant cell ang nagka-capture ng light energy? A. Nucleus. B. Mitochondrion. C. Chloroplast. Or D. Ribosome. Ayan. So our answer is it's letter C. Chloroplast. Chloroplasts contain chlorophyll and are the organelles where photosynthesis occurs. Ayan, ito yung itsura ng diagram ng isang chloroplast. Ang chloroplast ay may lamang chlorophyll. Ito yung nagbibigay ng kulay green sa halaman. O ito yung nagbibigay ng kulay na green sa halaman. Ito yung nag-absorb ng light energy para magamit sa paggawa ng pagkain. Okay? Number 13. Which substance gives many plant leaves their characteristic green color and absorbs light for photosynthesis? Ayan. Nabanggit ko na to kanina. Letter A, hemoglobin. B, chlorophyll. C, keratin. Or D, melanin. Ayan. So the correct answer is obviously letter B, chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is the green pigment. Ayan. Now, moving on to question 14. So by the way, ito pala yun. So, all wavelengths except 500 to 600 nanometers wavelengths green absorbed by the leaf. Lahat ng colors ay na-absorb ng green pigments o ng chloroplast except for green. Yung green ay binabounce back niya sa observer. Kaya kulay green ang mga halaman sa paligid natin. Mostly color green. Number 14. A plant uses two substances from its environment as the main raw materials for photosynthesis. Ano daw yung which pair is correct? Letter A, glucose and oxygen. B, water and carbon dioxide. C, nitrogen and oxygen. D, sugar and sunlight. Hindi pwede yung letter D kasi yun yung product. Ang hinahanap natin ay raw materials. So, X na yung letter D. Tatlo na lang, no? Glucose and oxygen, same. Glucose and oxygen are the products, di ba? So, it's either B or C lang. Okay? The correct answer is letter B. Yes. Water and carbon dioxide. Diba? Nagdidilig tayo ng halaman and it also gets CO2 from the surroundings or sa environment. Plants use water or H2O and carbon dioxide or CO2 together with light energy to produce glucose and oxygen. Kaya meron tayong C6H12O6. Yan. Yan yung chemical formula ng glucose or ng sugar. Ayan. Like what I've said, C6H12O6 and O2 are the products of photosynthesis from light energy tsaka yung combination ng H2 or water and CO2. So, from the sunlight, yung light energy, i-harness siya ng thylakoids from the chloroplast, also water, tapos, ayun. It will now go along with others. Magiging, mawawala yung bonds ng H2O, magiging O2, then NADPH will go to the stroma for the light-independent reactions. CO2 will become glucose sa ating Calvin cycle. Ayun. Hindi ko na masyadong i-discuss, medyo mahaba yan. Okay, so let's proceed to number 15. During the light-dependent reactions of photosynthesis, so ano yun, kailangan ng light energy, di ba? Light-dependent Which set of products is formed? A, glucose and carbon dioxide. B, starch and water. C, oxygen, ATP, and NADPH. And letter D, glucose and nitrogen. Ano daw yung mga products na mabubuo sa light-dependent reaction? Okay. So the answer is letter C. Tatlo, no? Oxygen, ATP or adenosine triphosphate, and NADPH or nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate. Ayan. So, light-dependent reactions capture light energy and produce ATP and NADPH. Water is split, releasing oxygen. Yun yung byproduct yan, yung hinihinga natin. So, again, our chloroplast, ito yung ating diagram kanina. So, yung products ng light-dependent reaction ay yung ATP, NADPH, at yung oxygen. Okay. Moving on to 16. Why is photosynthesis essential to organisms that depend on plants? Letter A, it produces oxygen and provides the foundation for food production. Nga ba? Letter B, it removes all waste materials from animals. C, it prevents plants from losing water. Letter D, it directly produces proteins for humans. Bakit daw mahalaga ang photosynthesis sa mga organisms na nakaasa sa halaman? Siyempre, di ba, ano nilalabas ng halaman na end product or byproduct ng photosynthesis? Of course, the answer is letter A. Pero hindi naman porque mahaba, ito na yung sagot. We have to analyze still the choices. Letter A, it produces oxygen and provides the foundation for food production. Okay, let's move on to number 17. Large-scale removal of trees can affect atmospheric gases. What is one likely consequence? Nagputol daw tayo ng maraming puno. Letter A, more oxygen is automatically produced. Letter B, atmospheric carbon dioxide can increase. C, nitrogen completely disappears. Or letter D, plants produce more glucose. So, pag nagputol tayo ng maraming puno o nagtanggal tayo ng maraming puno, maapektuhan daw yung atmospheric gases. Ano daw yung mangyayari? So, the answer is letter B. Atmospheric carbon dioxide can increase. Kasi konti na lang yung halaman na naglalabas ng oxygen. Sabi rito, fewer plants means less photosynthetic removal of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Ayan. Kukonti na lang yung halaman na kumukuha ng CO2. Kaya dadami yung CO2, no? Alright. Number 18. Imagine that photosynthesis suddenly stopped occurring in plants worldwide. Nag-stop na yung photosynthesis sa buong mundo. What would be a major consequence? A. Food webs would eventually be severely disrupted. B. Animals would immediately produce more food. C. Atmospheric oxygen would continuously increase. Letter D. Plants would become independent of sunlight. Okay. Huminto daw yung photosynthesis sa buong mundo, sa buong planeta. Ano ang mangyayari? Siyempre, negative yon. Masama ang mangyayari. So, the answer is letter A. Food webs would eventually be severely disrupted. Di ba yung food web, it's an overlapping food chains. Ang food chain nag-start lagi sa sunlight and sa mga producers, yung mga halaman. So, apektado din yung lahat ng mga living things na umaasa sa mga producers. Okay? Plants are major producers. Number 19. A plant's leaves are covered with an opaque material that prevents light from reaching the leaf. Why would this interfere with photosynthesis? Naharangan daw ng isang opaque material. Ano ba yung opaque material? Isang bagay na nagkakast ng shadow. So, natatakpan niya yung liwanag dun sa halaman o sa dahon. Okay, letter A. It prevents roots from absorbing water. Letter B, it prevents chlorophyll from receiving light energy. C, it causes insects to consume the plant. Letter D, it increases the plant's oxygen intake. Pag natakpan ba yung dahon ng halaman, anong mangyayari? Maapektuhan ba niya bakit daw niya maapektuhan yung photosynthesis? The answer is letter B, it prevents chlorophyll from receiving light energy. Di ba yung liwanag ng araw, tinatanggap siya ng halaman? So, chlorophyll needs light energy to drive photosynthesis. Ito yung nagpapagana sa photosynthesis. Blocking light reduces the plant's ability to produce food. Lalo na yung mga halaman na kailangan ng sikat ng araw. Ay, di ba yung mga halaman, binibilad siya sa sikat ng araw talaga. Kasi yun yung drive nila para gumana yung photosynthesis. So kapag nasa silungan yung halaman or nasa lilim, eventually, nalalanta o namamatay. Okay. Number 20. A potted plant is kept inside a completely dark cabinet for several days. Which process would be directly affected the most? Ayan. Nasa dilim. Itinago daw sa isang cabinet yung halaman. Letter A, photosynthesis. B, water absorption. C, cellular respiration. Or D, mineral absorption. O, nasabi na to kanina. Obviously, the answer is letter A, photosynthesis. Pag walang liwanag, walang photosynthesis na mangyari. Without light, the light-dependent reactions cannot produce or proceed normally. Number 21. Two leaves from the same plant receive the same water and nutrients, but one leaf is covered so that it receives no light. Kumbaga nag-experiment tayo, no? Yung isang dahon ay natatakpan. After several days, the covered leaf becomes pale, namutla yung dahon. What does this observation support? Letter A. Light is unnecessary for photosynthesis. B. Light is important for maintaining normal photosynthetic activity. C. Covered leaves produce more glucose. Or D. Chlorophyll increases when light is absent. Okay? Ano ang support dun sa observation? Letter B. Light is important for maintaining normal photosynthetic activity. Lalo kung yung halaman ay talagang kailangan masinagan ng araw. Kasi mostly, yung mga halaman ay umaasa talaga sa direktang sikat. Without sufficient light, photosynthetic activity is reduced, affecting the production and maintenance of chlorophyll and plant food. Going on to number 22. What molecule does the cell primarily produce, yung product, and use as an immediate source of usable energy? Ang tanong dito ay molecule. Okay, titingnan natin yung mga choices. A, oxygen. B, ATP. C, glucose. D, carbon dioxide. Okay, lahat naman to ay mga molecules ng mga compounds and elements, no? Pero kasi ang sinasabi rito, nagpo-produce siya ng immediate source ng usable energy. Okay, ang oxygen ay hindi energy, hindi siya nagre-release nun or nagpo-produce. Ang ATP pwede, no? Adenosine triphosphate. C, glucose. It's the byproduct of the plants. And carbon dioxide. Okay. So, the best answer here is letter B, the adenosine triphosphate or ATP. Cellular respiration transfers energy from food into ATP, which cells use to power many cellular activities. Ayan. Number 23. Which organelle is the main site of aerobic cellular respiration in eukaryotic cells? Cellular respiration. Ibig sabihin, yung glucose, kino-convert niya into ATP para magkaroon ng energy yung katawan as a whole. Letter A, nucleus. B, chloroplast. C, mitochondrion. D, ribosome. Ang nucleus ang nagko-contain ng DNA. So, chromosomes, X na yan. Yung chloroplast, para naman yun sa photosynthesis. Okay? Letter C, mitochondrion, yung powerhouse of the cell. And D, ribosome, ito naman yung na gumagawa ng protein. So, the correct answer is yes, of course, it's letter C, mitochondrion. Most stages of aerobic cellular respiration occur in the mitochondria. Pag sinabi mitochondria, ito yung plural term ng mitochondrion. Pag isa lang, mitochondrion. Pag marami, mitochondria. Where energy from food is transferred into ATP. Next, here is our mitochondrion chart and diagram. Dito nangyayari yung cellular respiration. So, yung glucose na nakuha natin from the bloodstream, diba, na-absorb siya ng katawan due to digestive processes. Pumunta siya sa mga cells and it will go to the mitochondrion of the cell or mga mitochondria. Now, this glucose will be converted into energy or adenosine triphosphate. Number 24. Excuse me. A cell needs energy to perform activities such as active transport, movement, and building molecules. What is the main reason it carries out cellular respiration? Letter A. It manufactures oxygen. B. To turn carbon dioxide directly into glucose. C. To make ATP that power cellular activities. Or letter D. To produce chlorophyll. Kasi ang pinag-uusapan dito ay cell respiration. So, kung letter D ang sagot nyo, mali yun. Kasi chlorophyll ay para naman sa photosynthesis. To manufacture oxygen is not the main role of this cell respiration. So, yung letter A, hindi na rin yan pwede. The answer is letter B at C na lang pinagpipilian natin. Letter C. To make ATP. Di ba yun yung laging goal ng cell respiration? I-convert si glucose into ATP para magkaroon tayo ng energy. So to make ATP that can power cellular activities. The main purpose of cellular respiration is to transfer energy from food molecules into ATP, the cell's usable energy currency, or adenosine triphosphate. Now everybody, this is our last question for this part 1. Number 25. At the beginning of cell respiration, which organic molecule is commonly broken down to release energy? Yung binobroken down, sinisira o binibreak down. A. Glucose. B. Carbon dioxide. C. Water. Or D. Oxygen. Ang CO2, water, at oxygen ay mga pure substances. O, alam nyo na ang sagot. Letter A. Yes, it's glucose. Of course. Glucose contains chemical energy. Cellular respiration breaks it down through several stages, allowing the cell to capture some of its energy as adenosine triphosphate or ATP. So I hope you learned something and sana nakapag-review tayo, no? Kung gusto nyo pang mag-review, pwede nyo i-rewatch itong video na to, everybody. So yung mga kakilala nyo grade 8 learners or students, pwede nyo i-share to. Please follow nyo na rin and subscribe. Kasi mag-upload pa ako ng maraming mga videos about review. So, malapit na yung upcoming na yung ating mga term 1 examinations. So good luck and God bless sa inyong lahat at pagpalain kayong lahat. Alright. So that's all for today and see you for the next video. Doon tayo sa part 2, no? Yung second set or yung 26 to 50. Okay. Thank you very much. See you next time into the world of science. Bye-bye.